Sometimes it's wrong, but sometimes it's right. Het gaat ALEJANDRO. Naar die gaat is moet laut. Heel helaas had moet licht. Die schat heel het gaat. Leef is mijn love. Oh, 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 oh. Als had hij heel naast moet kijken. Oh, I can't do excel you. My love now. Sanders volledig. Skal enig het niet staat mot kiaf. Als het lichaam het slooien, zie is niet het hart. Als is met lachen uit, zie je het het allemaal. Als aan het tas giet, zie ons met handen vaart. Als alleen naar een zee. Of Zijn kant het die onverlies gaat. Och, hij staat hier let, zie je nu sluiten. Oh, hij gaat, die slut kind gaan. Had die onmogelijk, zie is onzuchtbaar. Oh, en soms haast met keerleid, als bij de vier gaat en gaat, len spontlied, aan het bentla, had en het laatste neer, smotle jang en weg, smot lang neer, maar gij gaat naar een stedelijk bankab, smuddelen is je de leek. Gaat er gemist dan sled en zees, mot lei af, of een gaat lid aan smot loe, had nos bij dag hallo, ze hergies me leid hij stom aan de stip, mot nou leek, ze gaat niet de bad heilen. Ze spat en smol, hij gaat niet uit. En gij gaat hier schij, smolt leed gaan. Schaffie, hallo, geheim. Oh, anders hield, dat omleegheid. Net als lief gaan uit. Zijn gij, hadden met een zee. Smanalen gaat in neder. Sleep van toe. Had mij geen vol rollen. And I still gotta recover the voice. Like I was saying around, like we're frustrating the last time, and I'm sorry, some feelings around. And this Excel or Waiting for Excel with Whitney Houston. In this still mixing. Antig Eshvichaid Abikam Al-Kharkina Inti Ishmocha Yibo-Olach. So, and other verse as well, messages. Al-Remicha Veshachim, that the very requested, special requested of God. Gal Michi Chai Veshachim Ochaim Elechai Elayim המלחכים, very from in Israel, very brother. So, לדרכי שמלחכי ולתי חיים. ירם לתי לא אהפוכו בשום. ויש חי העינם. דברי מופת עשה שוחד ועשד מנח אחד לאף. משאיפלות הפרחים באף. שלאל הרני הבחית הרבולות הרחנו חסס או שלודך מפחו. Well, this is still March 29th, 2014 in a very best regards that around God and everybody in Israel and around the world, as we know they are blessed forever. And this is 1532. Here I'm going to start writing my address still. And let's sharing something which is a very delicate thing to say. But let's talking around very moments over what it were the known as who as a normal smash. We know what it means, the word Holocaust. There is the reality of the history as it tells about. There is the reality of Israel, God memories around the people that I belong with. There is the truth hidden behind the Masonry in the world. And there is the truth trembled about the powers as holding the world up for the realities and the controls of everything to never be lost. Of course, in this whole, I say, we found misappropriations, misappropriated, used, and damaged as murder too much. There is something that nobody ever explained except Adonai first. I with him, and a lot of people murdered for this, and others were internated to suppress and silence the voices and the testimony and the evidences which used to be disappeared have been found again. But those evidences are just a part of. We have really much more. Thing is, I heard people around talking around and about, redundancy. What it were those times over that person which erected the Reich in a very which have been suffered very much. The certainly clear things of this all were documented and shown worldwide millions of times all over the world. A lot of people concerned about thinking they were making the job and they knew, and most never knew a thing. And the same dioba in Pakuknuk, US, which a lot of people were murdered for them, that in the screens of whatever the channels of sciences and documentals used to saying 33 degrees and some other. The Almut Makubu Amatuf Mutun Logia. Well, it is a certain clear thing that the world and the powers of the world never were for the truth and justice and thought for the people to be respected and have rights and live healthy, good, great lives. And the powers in the world remained permanently like here this disgusting country still, by making less humanity. It were historical, always were Adam. The heredity of Adam and Eve, the root of the evil, the root of the most ever genociding ever first. Greed for powers and powers to become like God is what we suffer every day. The heredity and the sin of Lucifer, translated at the fall of Adam and Eve into Eden, that destroys the world and humanity and everything that we love and we care for every day. Well, suddenly the reality of this all happened in 1907. Somebody said, I became numerologist. I became parapsychologist. I became scientist of the Supreme Ra Lu'ut Mink Ahut Dash Intan. And I am going to give you powers whenever you understand what I'm going to say. And the heredity of Adam and Eve, dressing like Adashachat Asul Batin Kafun, started to making a fantasizing sowing in the genociding hour. That I heard one of my so wrong sisters, like much other people around says, saying that she is spoken with a Germanian. And this Germanian, which has a church here in Argentina, saying that Jews were all sons of bad woman. A really bad woman, says. And that they were taking people like slavery, and that they were making people suffer. And that this person that I'm not going to name, which we know who we talk, were at the government of Germany in those times and said to them to cooperate with Germany, for they needed to go to war and they needed to start over. The respect and organizing and rising powers and making the right elemental defension of the nation of things. And that they have been living too much inside of Germany and had a lot of gold and money and wealth and patrimony to giving back for the whole that they'd taken as well in the best ever that also the country gave them. And suddenly saying that the Jews told this one, no, we are not, and we go away with everything, we are not going to raise in your country, we have ours, and this is our rights to take in which is ours. So you arrange yourself. And saying that, hearing that, this one started to persecuting them and destroying them and murdering them all over and taking off everything that they got. And I'm going to say this. My sister is so confused and doesn't know nothing at all, not even of me, like the rest of my family, and anything that I can do and who I am, and whatever I can tell them for the same manipulation and abduction and induction and destruction and healing process that these disgusting ones made them in my mother and in the rest of my family. That my person will say, I am delirious and demon, and I gotta go to the church of the Christian for the Christ to come in. I don't need no home inside. I need Yeshua Mashiach. And already heaven, and already am with them. So suddenly, the reality of this is, my sister doesn't know a thing about nothing, and she thinks that whenever somebody speaks you so convincible, so assertively, tells the truth. And also telling that because of they to show so respectable and so placed and so like trustable, and even to showing kind of a very dignitary exemplar life, they gotta be telling the truth. A lot of people has these qualities but tells misappropriation and lies. And a lot of other makes this theater and makes abomination and manipulates and says, I am saying the truth. And if you don't buy it, I kill you. Or like this, I am the power. You gotta blow me and you gotta have this inside. Because of my command, of course. Well, and then kills you. The reality of this all comes about over those times. There were this government in Germany, which we know who were there for so long. And this one didn't ask to Jewish them. And suddenly Jews were working in the whole of Europe and had a lot of wealth and blessed by Adonai because of they belongs to Adonai, and Adonai blessed, and heredity of blessed of Hashem is blessed forever. So suddenly there were prospering a lot, like Egypt in the time happened in time. So suddenly there happened like there were this reality that good ilitimi filechetos bolates motadan ka elvula chadestinita leshi inakachud letzamotlek eshmocha, and said, I will build my empire, and I will domain the whole of Europe, and I'll extend to the world. So shorche batiki milechato shemotlanani afalcha someleta malchani gishmonachani kili. And how does this does here around? I see what I want. I want that power. I want that they have, and I want to possess what they have, and I want to become what they have, and I want to be superior, of course. What Ramses just done during the Shemot al-Gimetri Tachat Hufunis Malachi Yeshina, which Torah explains clearly. So Edrevat Lemetia Felshevet Achichan Amatria Mavledavalechachim went to the Jews and said, we are studying a different modeling from now on, and you should making what our law says you do. Give us your enterprises and your capitals and go back to your country, because if we are going to start to building our Germany. And suddenly happened that they looked at them and said, we are not giving you nothing, and we go away from here, but with everything that belongs to us. And you're not going to take our rights away. And suddenly there happened like Akremol bedasibit chamal shemenachal chanim im beletremol bedachia fole shemenachecha. Around 1912 started the Indobol Chanim, which Israel has as historical, the disappearing of the Albiech Hadish Monach Tarochachi Mashabna, called Zion Ili Nachachim Yalcha Sahab, in Germany. So Tlothem al Vedeshimot Chachidi al Selotomot Farach Hadishimot Malemeneti Kachim. This third psychopath started to making what is upon here. For making psychopaths, criminals, delirious, cycles, educating demons, giving powers to the generates, and starting to building and too organized, too staring faces all around, pretending officers, and being abomination, which a lot of other were used. So suddenly the reality just like this are doing and were doing around started to being about I see it all. I can see you, I can read you. I want the knowledge, I want the power, I want the possessions. I will become the superior, above, everybody and everywhere. And everybody's going to have me like them, master and king, and everybody's going to bend for word, my command. So suddenly, this is a very fact over as this came to happen. To ALEJANDRO reality to dedicated points in the world we are in. We have Nazis here in Argentina murdering Messianic and friends of mine, invited by Ejército Argentino, Cristina Kirchner and Aníbal Fernández. And there were murdered 31,414 persons, battles, as women as men, this class, the superior of the hell. Telling for the name of the Christ, not of theirs. And suddenly, the reality of this comes over. Whenever this too happens, in 1913 starts the rumors over Germany is raising strength from the bottom of the whole of the Germany and around whole of the same Europe comes the problem because of everybody are responding in a very not really clear thing around that. And are rumors that somebody are calling for we must kill them all, and we shouldn't let be born the ones that shall become the heads above the world. Those two gotta be dead, and we are not going to let them breathe. About this whole, it's a very optimal hides about the mencha. That person always wearing masonry and always handled the whole of the Abba for Lishu Uachavuat Usut Homotov Ilushe Nawa Achawut Siamatu, and were permanently making the profanity destructive and making like this degenerates this, studying and intelligence over paranormal all the time, manipulating and destroying and yelling and running, and making abomination after another. And even, like this does, taking peoples over the Rachalim in Dishkachi Chaidi Ananat Chacham, and dissectioning and destroying game and chemistry and any other, to saying where is your God and where comes your power from. Suddenly, there started the battle of Multitassimile from Haletesamele Shachata Baltitika al Matchomot. 1914. At the same March 8, the First World War is declared and officialized days after. Sorefat Remalasi Veshamal Hadetika Melachachamat. Nixon comes to Bokamenachidia Sofal Hadetika al Metchamalchim. I need to take Miralchamot Labeta Shemercha. I am coming for my position. Where are the los shofat chachimit? And associates ALEJANDRO. And there comes Oldgebal Sime Shofavachtiach and a swap anti-king. The president in the United States of America says, do not make no reference and nothing associated over those ones in Germany. But 33 says, I wonder what this one is doing, and we must know for the defense of the world and the country what they are doing, but we need the power. Let's study what they are doing and how this is. So, Refat Lemenesi Vol Chadesh Shamat Levet Achili and Tavaltim Muchatar. Sluet Remot Beta Sikish Shovelan Patachi. France makes the same. Depot Aliki Bishmopadacha. Dowaro. Spain. Portugal makes the same. And Alveecha Betica Almetrochon. Rome makes it equal just like the rest. And Russia sees the old Apothechanilet and says, I don't need that. But what is that one doing? Because of the whole of the Bet Chonemalekatachachachinim is taking with something weird way that they are knowing all the moves that we are making and even nothing like advanced technologies which to spy us this way. Sarrefat lemenecha de sivilti masele shivat ledecha de sumot lemina shivat chanim. Espot lemetchanim ele sifot lemele shivat chatlana. And starting the First World War, everything started to be about lemenecha. And 14 Jews, known like the wisest of the Hashem of the Jewish, slaved and put it at work at, like this does, threatening of murdering them families and a lot of other people. Sorry. Makes them designing weapons and a lot of other things, saying you're got to kill you if you want to see them alive. And from there starts to developing over researching scientifically the same ones inside of the same German army. With it. Whenever they got all that they needed and all that they wanted, those persons captive were destroyed, ruined, tortured, and murdered. For those times to remember AROND Liachno, Shimon Birkile, Advel Hachnot, Siinal Melech, Loda Lindrembes, Leshka Abarach, Nadiel, Numapkel, and the people of Oslit Amalchot Shachayim, Sahat. רפות לששמת האחידיסים כמו תשמנך חבות לדין ותחלה שוות למשך פחדי קומת לנם. And the world stained in shadows. And at the streets of Paris, the population around said, who are those two that don't want to let burn, that are doing this to us all? Testimony, Velich Disha Imi Badat. 5 letters, which are not lost and in hands of Barach, Ishleina Chaim, Chaitas Elkot, Sahat, Ilkad Menechachi, Lo Edashmut, Chaim Elim Chad. And thanks, Adonai, for the protection. That's it. And suddenly the truth is, from Paris, America, 33 starts to saying, don't let nobody to know, and just handle this. And around the streets of the New England, US, and around the streets of Boston, US, and around the streets of Harvard, which today is called, oh my god, this is too known. I'm so sorry, I forgot. I'm going to remind anytime. This really special place in the US. Hampshire. So suddenly, the people started saying, who are those two? Which this doesn't want to let burn. What is this all about? Is this why they are racing? Who are those? What are they talking about? But the notice of this didn't transcend around the whole of the US and Canada and the rest of the world. The misappropriating of news and everything of what suppressed and internated, persecuted, in jail, saying you don't talk about this and you don't say a word. This is secret of state. This is this. This is that. This is whatever. And everything were let's keeping silent and keep the same problems away because of we are going to have a worse condition that we already gotta handle. But what is this all about? We can be in this and we are going to be aware and we are going to see what can we do with this all. Amazing. So, always the same character and same making, especially here. And then bodies. Sot lebet gamal fidesh shafot ledech hadasaini talkin nenachachal shor bevoltem det gamal bedechihim. At the First World War, the whole murdered, genocided, destroyed, Europe completely submitted it. Blood in streets, pain and bodies all over. And suddenly the reality of it restoring the pacts, coming again at the reality of the whole of the Vetzchamal Vedashafachim Ilivita. Stotre Bertchamal Vedasumot Vanashmalacham. Tsa'ilit Angelhu Ushpat. So comes again the rumors around. And where did they come from? What is that? From the same Jerusalem under the suppression and damages and control and disappearing of the alliated Arab. Voices around. There are two that are going to burn, and this wants to exterminate every one of us. Today do not burn. We do not gender. So suddenly there is a lie, there were false rumors, nothing on that happened, it's not real. Forget about this, there we have already a war, we already have too much problems and we already have pain and anger. So that will be good way to forget and drop this and let's forward and let's study what we have to do for the world. Then 1936, the unions of the states starts in assemblies. We don't want this to come again. We gotta do something for this. Start making what we should do. A complete world control and installations for the world ever parties to be around everything of every one of the states to understand and we to comprehend what they do and they to understand what we do. What is this all happening around of the world and around of all of our states? we to understand what is the dangers, problems, or any other for we to take in control. Burned in the world, United Nations. En probat timil sibet fosle metra khadiyan fotas min khanim khanan baswat lanadia fal khadiyan. Where fights, disagreement, there's not, that not, we need to choose one to be on top, and who's going to be? You are going to take in the favors, you take the benefits, and you are the top of the hun. Are we going to have some reality about to be considered and respected by you or this other and that one? Years passing by, and the same ones still were there, made in a second Reich. So Shefli Matrem al-Khani kept on making kidnaps of Jewish, torturing Jewish, destroying Jewish, and seeking for powers of the original sin, to be pretending to become a god. So Tremopetram al-Fides Amorfenechadi Shematlali Chaim started to both lebet and tafot shmota tachnaiti balsim. Let me see what is the contrary of you, of your population. I want to learn of them. Baal badata abafarim molokoshe abatino belsu bat amafucha tasimita galuba tasimito lasho acha. Oh, this is useful. I like what you do. Why don't you serve me? Slotre bafiki masalecha shad baltimot lanecha halsabi ishmot benem. And comes again like this, after a lot of the Botramati Ashmanachachi and Los Bainat, and suddenly finds out we have a big power. Chaobolatasi Moshe Kita El Bochanim Matan Fodos Matan Shkoal Chaevon Tesli Leinchet Nishmot Sahavu Hacha, and restarts the same idea for we are going to be supreme above of the whole of the world, and everybody's going to bend in front for world powers. Rises again rumors all over the world that two are for about being burned. They are wanting to killing us all for they do not burn around. And disappeared all of the voices from everywhere that they were sounding around. And suddenly, Sotrevti Motlin Sefer Shafal Beta Chalim and Aptika Chalim and Ayinam. Sotremalef and Tramalef and Sasheval Hatlet Tiki Etech Lushut Afichim Inish. And Remolef at Achinam, 1940 comes the rumors we are in problems again. These joint forces from all corners of the world and has too much people working all over, and the same Europe which were restored came again in a chaos, and there are disappearing people all around, just like this. And suddenly we must be warned, start the defense process. We are not going to let them taking us. 1941 declared at the Chin, 1941, Fourth, Second World War. And few days after, official. So Remoplet Ramalfita Sefot Lenemeshech al Khat Dalikikam. Betromot Asifot Desmenachihi Das Leshemenachich Darlachor. This already had taken France, Austria, and the whole of the Batrom al-Khani in Italy, and also went for the Portugal, while Spain were a blood poured all over. Set Komabet Ratashechal, Cheka works needed at the structure complete, the whole of the Dictumos Minef and Tuavier for Khadian, Somalkhanim, and the Low countries of Europe were all destroyed. And missing Bulgaria, Norway, Sweden, Swiss were a quote letting the Shechidi van Talkina the Khat Sofnamot Almenevot, but they caught in and made a disaster as well. Like that. Nobody respected no neutral nothing. Sotremot Malfida Felachadi, UK, and Ireland. שפוט לתשמות לך על ישמות לך. Sehen Malchi, Finland, who wants a piece of nice? Dat we de שפות חנימיה. נשמחי. סטל טרטי שפל בוט למחדש מוטלני משפל חדד לימות בשפל חדד איסיתי מילי שפל דלי ניאקר קוד שמות. The whole of the countries below the Bottle Mesopotlenecha were all submitted. Jerusalem surrounded, and everything like Turkey, Iraq, Emirates today, Islam, Bad Ankiba, and the whole of the Egypt associated. Right. Slot Hefa Shamot Lemedia Chabet Pomalfinit, Indi Beltamot Levercha de Sumot Lemenia Shefa. חדולמותה יסמתלים, חאשו ירחה. סקטרתי פולטה מתחדפה שלוטי מנחיתי סרסמות למנתה שחלדימים. 50 million persons. There didn't die 50 million persons. There died 28 די בולטמות תחלו ותומו סמון לפן תחידו שמוליני מנליין חדי ימלאמן. פוטלמת רחדי שפולמת רנדי חכם 28 הפייקים. Talking around 784 million and some else's persons at the Second World War. The Europe completely destroyed. The emergencies around the world, hungry, illnesses, destructions, no provisions, no elements, no help, no supporting, no health, no assistance, no socials, no governmental to attend the requirements of a population, all for the war. And what are we going to do with this one? So suddenly, כבוס המות ודסימון לבן סבא שבולתנם ונחד הבלדתיקה פדאיך החומנם. Let us take in view because if we are going to study what they were doing and we are going to do something with this we need it. גבותכם על בידי שפות למנחד יהיה למתך. Das Wortum Boschwercha. From Reich. בטרף אלה מסע שבלכם על בידי כאחרש. בסמבו. מלא מניחי. Svetla, Mashecha. Atala, Vivashmota, Chaim. Well, the reality is that suddenly still, over those days, said, but the rumors never stopped to whisper and screaming and riot all around. There are coming the two and they want to murder them and murdering us all for we do not gender. Eva Duarte de Perón sending a letter to the same of the General Intra Ovont Alishni to translate Reich, telling, "Oh dear General, I am pleased to write in you this. We are ready for the making that you requested of us. The dear General Perón is ready for the making whatever you need. We already know who we gotta put in as we know must be. The whole that must die here for the reason of the rights of us, and the whole of our legacies and wells, and for our patriots to the taking what belongs to us, and everything to be done like you want. Sooner you will receive our news, and will notice you that everything were successfully fine." Erroneous words. And 2 million families of Jews in Argentina were murdered. And everything that they possessed, like Cristinita Kirchner, prostitution of hell, and Aníbal Fernández pedophilic, abominable, holocaust. Messianics, who wants them? So suddenly the reality rumors saying the Christians cannot say in Vatican neither about what it's going to be, they don't know nothing, and they says, will this be the time for? And you think that you are the one that is going to reign up on the world, to the head of Germany. So we don't know. And suddenly happened the both Lemelchanen Modafelan and Acharim. Yvedram Elephant Elephant Savalinshi, Iki the Manefa Hadivokaman, and Blekaman Benefel Achadefan Achanan. And Adonai wanted to get his population to be dead and destroyed. No. This is not the way. Spotlatrachi di simbodat numonemiacha otolef vashmodatiacha lechotchamina batatchamotov. Torah. Lo eshkichi atasmotul chahenot almucha abat nahar. Which nobody can know, Roman, evangelic said ever. And cannot tell. Because of for them, there's all schizophrenics, of course. And the sciences of God for mercy upon man. You don't understand. God is good. He doesn't punish us. He doesn't condemn us. Don't you worry. Who says that justice is being bad? And being fair and condemnate what God must be condemned, and who must be condemned is being bad. Is God bad that makes justice and puts orders and establishes everything at the right place, everything happens? God is good being a prostitute of the whole demon around that party. Oh yeah, grace for everybody. So are the victims and the ignorance, and not pejoratively, of course. Innocence. Out lebatre malvedessi, fotemenia shafachat lemenifa tasilita motleta chadovano, somelechidaf. The Adonai's ways already have been raised. And we had a little kid in the same middle of the woodens. There says, but it were not woodens, it were valleys, desertic places around so small, brand new little village, and a very village in Sanders province, and another around the Idlot of Martin Malchani, Lomanius, at east of Rio de Janeiro. So small one taking care about the people that survived the soul destructions. And suddenly the war still kept on. Another night made an orders and started the work. So the reality of this soul is Peron, or Peron, because of it were nothing like Jewish and wouldn't be. Peron, God, sorry. Like Kircher, pretense, disgusting, Kirchner. It comes from the proceedings of the Masit Muluchad. Never were no Jewish, like pretending of changing the name for, looking like, oh yes, I would adopt that, but hell, which she always were. Koflemet rabelen fotla menefesh shachaliminit, kimele belechat, oshmone belecha chimonit. Set kamol bet kamal chanim esebel oshmone chachaldinim, etamele kanashuf or chadem elachanim. So, the reality comes about. Argentinian army says this is not going to escape, and this is something weird that we are watching all around, and there is some weird environment, and the source of the mathematician is telling us that this is coming, something that we are not going to handle, and have been telling some things, guessing some around of the Jewish that we see walking around asking for some REDEMI, something around. I don't know what they're saying. I have no idea what they, the Gastabar Hadith say. And the witches have read about them something around that we are not liking. We see something in the environment. We are seeing people moving weird. We are seeing some spirit weird around, and I don't like it. This melting, the whole that we are doing, and the whole of the witchcraft we do upon the people is getting melted, and I don't like this. Brief everybody that we are in problem, and we are going to find out what is this and where they are. Hereditologia. דרובת רימול ותם טלפון שם אלה שפטים מהחדידים ניתתם אליך חובה לסבר סלשם. כל וחד עשיתי מחה לשובת איתם עליך, says Isaiah Torah 62. All to mut'an. And when I to rise again from the ground, I'm going to shine like a sun and will walk again upon my creation, dressing in judge and name of my glory. And everybody shall name me, and they will know I am. And the whole of my enemies shall tremble, for my presence will guide my Scott rebot fenemasi shevelef achalehim matlamenet afachalati kamalachachabam. Scott rebel fachalimita kamalef achania. Sot lemet kamaltenach achalimet chani. Sol shemecha. Sarrifit osmol lemet rafalfida semofalach achatalaiti minika. Obleda balfocha achalim. And suddenly happened. Passing by disgusting Sodoma, Argentina, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, starts to plan to research taking powers and don't let nothing to escape and nothing to run. Telling that anyone like today, the disgusting hell crap, abominable Lush Gatu Bugacha, everybody to rising against us, rise against the patriot and against the government, and we gotta reduce them because if we are not going to tolerate to offense and attempt against the patriot, of course, this way. And we are the government, and they gotta understand we are in command, just like whores and prostitutes, sodomaki today. And everybody that raised against them because of they were saying the truth. But too much ignorance and confusing all over and destroying all over and threatening all over and persecuting all over and witches, faggots, sorry the word, all the time. Sorry. Rapists, murderers, the generation, all the time. And suddenly there were the Petra Voltina Matret Kafachat Asel Petraki, Petra Sacha, Molsomot Leshet Apaticha Tosmot Enemy. There said, we're only 30,000. There were not that much. What's the scandal? Like today, we just rape them and we kill them. What's the scandal? He bought us. For this we do. For only we just rape. No, only have sex, they says. We just have sex, of course. But is that what he wants us for himself only? Atrophiated degenerates, brains of hell, Sodoma. And the reality of this all that then were exactly 5,481,214 around. Disappeared, murdered. And 3,814,000 knew the truth of what they were doing and they were trying. And between them were 2,801,000 and extra Jewish. Argentina Kirchner and Argentina Oh, ejército Argentina, ¿me van a decir ustedes que me tienen que llamar así? ¿Ustedes dejan que me llamen trollo? בטרפות למלך הסבלי תמשך נמית, גל בטרמות וחלפות במלך השחנים. It's what they are. And worse. Much worse. Abominable. Sketrevotem alfashachini miletika manen chaevolatem ofalati achashevelatakem. And suddenly passing by the hours and the days and the months and the years, came the moment of the witches said that we are going to be destroyed, but one that is going to burn here. They didn't said that two. They said one is going to burn here and is going to destroy us. And we are going to say that this is going to burn to destroy the country and the whole of the patriot and everything that we are fighting for the best of the population, for they to understand that we are going to fight the right thing and the right cause. Of course. And everybody will believe us because of we are the wisest and the government, and who is going to be believed? We have the title and the power. Who are those? Those whom? ستخوب لهم پانم لفی سوال شفا خانم لطرکی من خخیدی لیو شفل خانمات 1967 comes a very tobele van de melecha chadia. Two witches dies and one gets in shock and gets in coma. And died about 3 months ago. I'm sorry, 3 years ago. Forgive me. And were in coma until those 3 years and went to the hell. Weirdly, nobody explains nothing. Nobody can say what happened then. The two that generates those just died, and the one that said the prophecy were in coma until 3 years ago and died. And they kept that, thinking that they will resurrect it with Luciano Troviano and the demons. It never happened. Shalom. So suddenly, this is what Ablot Hemal Vidach Shomole Vetamelecha Tifidactica Sachal Shomot Lenimi Kovelov Saut. They were in the womb. Adonai made them a child, taken Oshvol Akticha the seed of the woman. Maiden la erachti shechubut asmat al ichnin elechicha sahun balbot. Ekletot karne nachito shechot men ikik chahan. And made him his child. Fotlet remedium fotle menese fotle dechat ishimot lenemenetik menecha chadabat ladimeneso fotle kadosh kadosh kadosh. But the Aldevita Chadoshma telling, I am going to dirt this. I have seen something that I didn't like and I'm not going that to happen. And started making the witchcraft and the images and the trying to guess and nothing could ever read, not understanding what were and what happened. But the son of a Shtachniti singing dirted the woman and started to making a boat and the woman were never whore and would never. And suddenly were damaged too much and cursed. Like at Rebota Martinez Motachi. So suddenly at Ramalefa Samaleshafal Harikni Amanacha, they didn't remind REDEMI last name. And just passed by. And whenever came September 7th, 1968, I've been born. At past noon, in Buenos Aires City. Peralta Ramos, Nursery, Rivadavia Hospital. which still calls the same. Stroti belti mofelet ramalfide shefoten achide semolten emenete echala shefot menate. Ishket rebel chata simot lemede shefot chadat morsel emenashe chimot lenemine fenacha. And passing the years, passing the times, instructions and templates saying, I don't like this, I don't like this, what is that, what is this, who is this and who is that woman, what is happening here? I don't feel nothing, I don't see nothing, I don't understand something, where is here? I'm going to put them under the bottom and I gotta do something. 1973, the husband of the woman dies. An aneurysm. And the woman gets along with 4 little kids. And at the same 1973, after this all passed by, the same Ejército Argentino Incide, the generation SODOMA, gets inside the place I were living in Ciudad Victor. House 3, 11 block, 4th section, 5th circumcision will be, there is a very weird thing, I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with the customs of about my people. Right. And suddenly, it happened, the reality of the Botleminati Hadam. At the 3 a.m. gets inside, erupts inside of the house, seeking for Gonzalo Blanco, an uncle. And Roberto Blanco faded away, where only my grandmother, Avelina Costa de Blanco, my mother, my sisters, and I. And this degenerates SICKALS Sodomaki shit, like always were. Inside of the house, playing the I'm going to request for you, and I'm going to seek for you, and I'm going to do something. And there were this disgusting witch which still pretends of advisement of the defense of Argentina, which calls Eduardo Doverio Harcel. Argentinian Army, Argentinian Army intelligence, 87,414, DM4, 21, MT, 16, United Nations Security Council, which still says an advice to making the shit that are for sovereign words. Abominable, like they dies. And suddenly the reality of this comes about the plot the disgusting that sees me inside the place I were and says, going out, negro, something like, hey dude, hey negro, but something like a very regular hit around, over saying che negro, like saying buddy. I think we have it. I think I know what it is and who it is which we were expecting to come to burn. We have a problem. I know what it is. Well. It's that one. Get out of there. We started to making what we have to do about our ancestors told us to do. We gotta defeat it at the way we say and how we know. Raúl Gomero Arbazo, head of the military strategy of Argentina for 1973. Strategy Military Argentina, 91,814, DMT 5 MCR 9, United Nations Security Council. So the reality of this all comes for the platform from there on designates a sodomaki witch that generates dog-sitter, pedophilic, zoophilic, family-philic, chestophilic, raping pregnant women, like the degenerate small soul today. And cycle them abominable psychopath, them shit, with the disgusting burden, with the disgusting rest, saying, get ready, because of in any time we can make a very passing by, and we can send you and deliver you one that gotta be at the care about what we do command to be done. Since then, Peron, how big shit you were. Legacy. So suddenly the reality of this all came about, the truth of us all started making me a hell of a children, teenagers, and destroying my life and making worse every day and all secretly. But I am a delirious, schizophrenic one, and so traumatism, making a very nothing truth and never happened story in life at all. Oh my God, what's the matter to this one? Can you believe this? Will you hear this one? Oh my God, don't you dare to offend us. My God, of course. My God. And after the boat limit happened exactly the same in Rio de Janeiro. In Rio de Janeiro, 6 months after I've been born, there were a riot of a whole around, and 29 witches died subitly, with 18 magicians and 4 sorcerers of the Brazilian armies. And nobody knew how, and just 2 kept and remained in coma until 4 years ago. And they went to hell. And there have born at the same, we're talking about October, November, December, January, February, March 7th of 1969, the other, and being raised in the most of the beautiful family of my population, Jewish, formatted in Jewish education, working inside of a shul, making amazing career and diplomat career, and a beautiful person ever. Setchoma blet chamal finef somle sefal chanim besot lemati afal chati yofolet monachadimi. Setchova lefinda vese sumot lena menachati kemalevecha el sumat leveshua badach. The Holocaust workers of the Masonry, of the genociding for the right abominations to be in power always like this are doing today since 2004 non-stopping, because of their once empire and being above the whole of the states and becoming the supreme faggots of hell to everybody bent in front of them, disgusting, rotten, them hanging meat like that. And I'm sorry the terms, but we cannot say any other at this moment. We have too much people under massive rape and destruction and murders. And this keeps on making the delirious of the hell fever to becoming the saints divines of the age with the grand whore behind. So suddenly, this is my supposed delirious, but it were asked by a very special person in Israel, I to say, and giving more than they already could reunion about what they could know. So I'm going to get this. HTTPS www Holocaust genocide or theocide .int. Theocide, right. So this will be about systems recall F12 OS DDM9 Calvor, which the whole of the programmers knows, everybody knows. On the last BLYTT that I sent to ICC, or simply with a reduced, sorry, forgive me, data downloading about 4 TB on a very essential VPN over the last key with a cleaner that I put it in my account. And also HTTPS, when the blood were poured and when the heaven cried for love. .int. F6, same OS recall on the same key and last plate. I sent to International Criminal Court. And these were recorded simultaneously in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Geneva, New York, Washington DC, and much other places around. I say hello there. I'm sorry for this soul and whatever people's to think about this or whatever they to think. Further thinking or not thinking, what will be this true? And what will true this all be about? So suddenly, that's making the right thing. Know before you say, and don't you believe no title and no power position until you do understand that you are not watching no forgery with no President Shimon Peres, neither Barack Obama, never doing. But you better understand before you say a thing, don't you take nothing until you understand truth. Yes. We have severe, lousy, psychopaths, criminals all around lately, and we don't know what it's gonna be about the world we are in. But no, God, Adonai, Hashem knows it all. So, let's try as best we can. I'll still be who I am. Adonai will still be Adonai, and every one of us will still be the ones we are. And about this, HTTPS www. If my name doesn't say truth, and Adonai doesn't say truth, then who the truth will ever bring in front of his creation? .int. F12, same OS recall, same last plate in the ICC, and same key here in my account. This is 1638 now in my address, Buenos Aires. The wind opened my door, which were unlocked, and well, this was something requested for sure, and I hope to be interested, and I'm sorry for the pain, and I'm so sorry for the loss, and for the whole that came on happening, that still we are about. Adonai be with us all, like He will be.